Let's take a look at this. So, wow. I've done videos before. Every time Caitlin Clark, one of her trading cards, one of her sports cards breaks a record, and we've got a new one, and it is freaking ridiculous.
Record for a sports card trading card, for a woman's sports trading card, because she had it go for $366,000.
Caitlin Clark's rookie card just sold for a jaw-dropping $366,000, shattering the all-time record for a women's sports card, and leaving Serena Williams' $266,000 card in the dust. Now, I know what you're saying. This has to be some type of mistake to sell a card for that much money. But this wasn't just a sale, it was a statement, and the ripple effect is shaking the entire WNBA. From media deals and investor cash to more jealousy and one player's total market domination, this story goes way deeper than a piece of cardboard.
Do not lie. Y'all know the old saying, men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't. This is a good case of that, because there was no growth. There was a Caitlin Clark.
This isn't just about fans collecting cool cards. This is Wall Street energy. High rollers are treating Caitlin's cards like tech stock. People who wouldn't even glance at women's sports memorabilia a year ago are now forming investment funds, yes, funds, around one player. And here's the wild part. She hasn't even hit her second season yet. Most athletes grind their whole careers hoping for this kind of value. Caitlin Clark, she showed up and flipped the whole market on its head.
It's a $500,000 card at some point. We're not that far away now. I mean, we're $140,000 away now.
And while some folks might try to downplay it, say it's just hype or a lucky sale, they're conveniently ignoring the fact that Clark obliterated the previous record. Serena Williams held the crown for years with a $266,000 card that included part of her match-worn outfit. That's a living legend, one of the most iconic athletes ever. And Clark still cleared her by $100,000 with nothing but a signature and a PSA 10 grade. That's not just impressive, it's disrespectful to the old guard, and in the best possible way. Meanwhile, some players, you know who, let's just be honest, players like Angel Reese are still out here talking about being the face of the league while their own cards sit in dusty boxes marked clearance. That's not a rivalry, that's a wipeout. The market's made its decision, and it's loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is the future, and everybody else is just playing catch up.
It sold for $366 freaking $1,000. I mean, wow.
But trust me, this was just the opening shot. You'd think a $366,000 card sale was some wild, one-time fluke, right? Maybe a die-hard fan with deep pockets just got carried away? Yeah, no, this wasn't luck. This was power, because that same Caitlin Clark rookie card, it sold for $236,000 just 4 months ago. 4 months later, it jumps to $366,000. That's a $130,000 gain in value, faster than some retirement accounts grow in 10 years. That's not appreciation, that's domination. Clark's cards aren't just collectibles anymore, they're financial weapon, and people are cashing in. We're not talking about fans trying to complete their WNBA collection. This is investor territory. Stockbrokers, venture capital guys, crypto bros, all of them are diving into Caitlin Clark cardboard like it's the next Bitcoin. And here's the kicker. She's not even halfway through her rookie year. Most athletes have to win MVPs, rings, and grind through seasons to even sniff this kind of value. But Clark, she walks into the league and triples the market.
A woman's sports card period that was previously held by a Serena Williams card, and this was sold for about $100,000 more than the Serena Williams card.
And it's not just one hot card. Caitlin Clark now owns the top 30 most valuable WNBA cards of all time. Read that again. Not top 5, not top 10. Every single one of the top 30 belongs to her. That's not just impressive, it's total domination. She took over the leaderboard like it was child's play. That's the kind of monopoly we've never seen in women's sports. Some players in the lead card are selling like clearance DVDs at Walmart. You can't fake this kind of heat. You either have it or you don't. And right now, Clark's got it all. She's not asking for attention. She's commanding it. She doesn't need drama, beef, or clickbait. Her value speaks louder than anyone's ego. And the more she rises, the more obvious it becomes. This isn't just Caitlin Clark's moment. It's her era. But the way her success has the league, and certain players, shaking, that's a whole other story. Here's where things get messy.
Growth in women's basketball, there was a Caitlin Clark. She was the growth. She was the one to move all tides. There is a Caitlin Clark.
The jealousy's loud. The numbers are louder. Subscribe if you're riding with the player turning the WNBA into a goldmine. While Caitlin Clark's rookie cards are setting fire to auction houses and turning collectors into full-blown investors, there's someone else watching all of this with a clenched jaw and a forced smile, Angel Reese. Remember when Reese loudly declared herself the face of the league? Said fans were tuning in because of her? Well, now those same fans are tuning in to see Caitlin sell out arenas, break TV records, and casually make history with a Sharpie on a card. Meanwhile, Reese's rookie cards still chilling in unopened boxes, still waiting for someone, anyone, to care. And just to make things even more awkward, her autographed Reese's Puff cereal box, yes, cereal, sold for $9.99. $9. That's barely enough to cover shipping. That's not collectible value. That's a punchline.
For any women's sports card, final sale in this 2024 Panini Prism WNBA Signatures Gold Vinyl Prism Caitlin Clark signed rookie, 1 of 1. There's only one of these in existence. It was a PSA Gem Mint 10.
Now, instead of headlines about her game, it's post-game quotes, subtle jab, and interviews filled with side-eye. The attitude is loud, but the sales, silent. Her cards aren't being flipped like stock. They're being avoided like bad crypto. No buzz, no bidding wars, no demand. Just shelf space. And you better believe she sees what's happening. The shift is impossible to ignore. Clark isn't just taking the spotlight, she's turning it into her own personal brand. While others are still talking, still tweeting, still throwing shade, Clark's out here building equity. It's not even about basketball anymore, it's about value. And right now, the market has spoken, loud and clear. But
and her most recent one went for a record. You know, Clark set all these records on the basketball court. Obviously, the scoring record in college, the assist record in the WNBA. So many rookie records that you can't even list them off. But she now has...
It's not just Reese feeling the pressure. Behind closed doors, the league itself is starting to freak out. At this point, calling Caitlin Clark's trading cards collectibles feels like an understatement. They're not just fan souvenirs anymore. They've become investments, assets, blue chip stock with a jump shot. Clark's rookie cards are being bought, graded, insured, and locked away like fine art. Collectors are hiring security boxes. Dealers are treating them like gold bars. Some aren't even buying them to enjoy. They're buying them to flip, to trade, to build portfolio. Let that sink in. We're talking about a piece of paper with ink on it, now treated like it belongs in a hedge fund. And here's where it gets crazy. We're talking full-on Wall Street types, venture capitalists, and finance bros sniffing out ROI like bloodhound. These aren't people who care about triple doubles or highlight reel. They care about growth. And Caitlin's market is growing faster than most tech stock. One fund is literally structured around acquiring and trading her Panini cards because the value is climbing that fast. And when a player's autograph is outperforming stocks, you know it's bigger than basketball. This is a cultural shift, an economic signal. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game, she's changing what's worth money. And all this, before she's even won a title, before an MVP, before her second season. No other WNBA player, past or present, has ever sparked this kind of financial movement. It's not even close. While the rest of the league plays for views, Clark's building wealth, quietly, strategically, and right now, her cards are appreciating faster than homes in LA. But what happens if the league doesn't protect their investment? What if all this momentum suddenly hits a wall? The WNBA didn't just level up this year, they hit the jackpot. A brand new $2.5 billion media rights deal just landed, and it's no coincidence that it came after Caitlin Clark turned pro. That number isn't just big, it's 11 times more than their last contract. And let's be honest, you think networks like ABC, ESPN, and CBS were lining up to drop that kind of cash before Clark showed up? Not a chance. They saw the ratings spike. They saw her jersey sell out. They saw a rookie card hit $366,000 and said, yeah, we want in. And now, the pressure is on. Clark and the Indiana Fever are set to appear in 41 nationally televised games. 41. That's more than some NBA team. You think that's about fair exposure? Please, that's about profit. The networks are betting everything on Clark's star power. The WNBA can talk all day about parity and league balance, but the business side is screaming something else. Protect the investment. Because if Clark gets hurt, or walks away, or even just cools down, that deal, that attention, that momentum, it could all collapse. And the league knows it. Behind the scenes, execs are walking on eggshells. One misstep with Clark and they risk blowing the biggest financial opportunity women's basketball has ever had. It's not just hype anymore, it's infrastructure. Media, merch, advertising, international deals, all of it's orbiting around one rookie. But while the league is cashing in, some players aren't clapping. They're seething, and the jealousy? It's bubbling to the surface fast. You can feel it. Every post-game interview, every subtle dig, every eye roll on social media. The energy's shifted, and not everyone's handling it well. While Caitlin Clark is out here turning cardboard into cash and breaking viewership records just by showing up, other players are busy tossing shade like it's part of their warm-up routine. And leading the charge? Yep, Angel Reese. Once again, Reese went from "I'm the face of the league" to watching Clark dominate headlines without saying a word. Her comments about being why people watch hit differently when Caitlin's rookie card is selling for nearly $500,000 and hers can't crack double digit. That kind of imbalance doesn't just sting, it burns. And it's not just Reese. You can see the tension bubbling across the league. Some veterans are passive-aggressively calling for respect for the vets, while others imply that Clark's getting too much attention too soon. The truth is, the spotlight's never been this bright, and for the first time, it's not being shared. But here's the thing, Clark hasn't clapped back. She hasn't thrown shade. She hasn't even addressed the drama, because she doesn't have to. The numbers, the TV slots, the dollar signs, they do all the talking. While others are busy building their brands off beef, Clark is building a legacy off results. And that's what's making people uncomfortable, because this isn't just a popularity contest anymore, it's a full-blown power shift. But Clark's impact isn't stopping with card sales and jealous quotes. She's already redefining what it means to be a marketable female athlete, and the ripple effect is just getting started. Caitlin Clark is no longer just a breakout rookie. She's not just a fan favorite, a hot name, or even a generational talent. She's something far more powerful, an economic engine. Right now, everything, and I mean everything, is orbiting around her. TV deals, ticket sales, jersey numbers, card markets, media coverage, sponsorships, endorsements, merchandise, you name it. Clark isn't just helping the WNBA grow, she's dragging it into profitability with sheer force. Let's break it down. Her rookie card alone sold for $366,000. That's more than the average salary of an entire WNBA roster. Her jerseys sell out instantly. Game tickets spike the moment her name hits the schedule. Trading card boxes that sat untouched for years are now flying off shelves just because her face might be inside. She sparked a financial frenzy the WNBA has never seen before and might not survive without. And here's the dangerous part no one wants to admit. It's all riding on her. One injury, one misstep, one burnout, and this house of cards could tumble fast. That $2.5 billion media deal the WNBA just inked? Don't think for a second that Clark wasn't the reason networks like ESPN and CBS opened their wallets. They're not betting on parity. They're not investing in equal airtime. They're banking on Caitlin Clark content to drive their ratings through the roof. She's not a player anymore. She's the product. That's why you see executives walking on eggshell. That's why the commissioner stays strangely silent when Clark gets fouled hard or trash-talked post-game. The league doesn't want to risk upsetting the legacy player, but at the same time, they know the future is wearing a fever jersey. There's panic brewing behind the scene, because for the first time, the WNBA has something truly rare, a star that's profitable, marketable, and universally bankable. Clark isn't just pulling fans from women's basketball, she's bringing an NBA fan, dads buying cards for their daughters, sneakerheads, Wall Street investors, and people who've never watched a WNBA game in their life. Her reach crosses gender lines, generations, and demographics. That's not hype. That's cultural currency. Collectors treat her cards like fine art. Sponsors are chasing her like she's the Super Bowl. And brands are rewriting their ad budgets just to get a piece of her spotlight. This is what happens when a single athlete redefines value in a system that never expected to see it. And it terrifies the old guard, because Clark didn't wait her turn. She didn't earn it the traditional way. She walked in, flipped the table, and built her own lane, and the money followed her. Now everyone else is scrambling to catch up. So if you think this is just about basketball, you're not paying attention. This is a financial revolution. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing the game, she is the game. And if anything slows her down, the ripple effect could shake the foundation of women's sports as we know it. One rookie should never hold this much weight. But here we are. If you think Caitlin Clark just changed the game, imagine what she's about to do next. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next power move. Thank you for watching. See you soon.